Hi, it's Dr. Kirk Megu, TV and podcast host and former university lecturer. So today on Behind the Scenes, a few things have happened. Well, I just got off doing a podcast. I was a guest this time on somebody else's podcast on the Independent Media Network. And that's some Green Party people, some independent political people in the States, and so we've developed a friendship. Again, podcasting, they reached out to me. And, over the past few days, I've been telling you I wasn't sure how I would, what I would do for Friday. I did get somebody to come in. He can only come in on Friday, though. And Friday is the day I release it. So I can release it a little later in the day than I normally do. Or what I might do is I can take this episode and rebroadcast it on Friday as part of my own show. So I have options, and that's something, if you are going to get into podcasting, for you to have options as well. So think about all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to tell you something else too, that this is on my media side. I guess today is more, I want to talk about being a guest on the media as opposed to hosting your own podcast, right? So today I was a guest on an American podcast, and then as a media commentator, as a public intellectual, when I started out about 20 years ago on national TV and the newspapers, I was very independent. I was fiercely independent. I was critical of all the parties and the two major ones, and but also I would give praise when necessary, and but I was never taking the line of one or the other, right? I had my own independent line, and I had taken that. Now later on, I had formed with others my own small little political party, and although we had some successes, and we worked with all the major parties as well at certain points on certain important initiatives, but I had to leave for various reasons, which I outlined in earlier episodes. But I left at the end of 2017, and I came out on my own. Now, on my own, I wasn't sure. I mean, okay, I'm not with that other party. Do I remain independent or what? Well, anyways, I am independent in that sense, but it's different at this stage of my life as opposed to how I was, in my 30s, as opposed to now in my 50s. But so anyways, for this government elections, I decided to take a stand with the opposition and against the ruling party. I really didn't know, how that would affect me in terms of my media presence, because I know when I did take a political stand, a lot of my, my media, my national media things shut off because they saw it as partisan. They saw me as kind of being on the radical edge in a lot of ways, criticizing so much of the establishment, and a lot of the media is the establishment. So there was this kind of hostility, or says tension. Let me put it that way instead of hostility, right? So that's. But anyway, so here I am, and I've been in the past month. If you've taken a look at my Facebook, I've been very, very strong, vigorous in my arguments for this coming election on Monday. It's happening here, local government election. But actually today I got, by today I have 2 media requests to be a panelist, as a political analyst on election night coverage. So that's interesting. And one is with the radio, and with a very wide listenership, and they also have an online streaming section. The other is with a TV station, a small cable TV station that I had a show on as well, and I know the owners and so forth. I developed a relationship with them when I had my show. So I'm kind of in a dilemma now, because I already accepted to be on television with a smaller audience, but I kind of want to be on the radio with the larger audience and the more distinguished panel. Let me put it that way. So what do I do? Do I break my engagement with the TV station where I used to have my own show, or or do I stick with it? Or do I go with the wider listenership, which is very much supportive of the ruling party? So it would be a very vigorous debate. I like that. That gives me a chance to shine, because I'll be arguing with a lot of people that night if I go on. But I think it'll be great. I look forward to it. But that's a dilemma I have. So I've actually put something out on Facebook asking people, what do they think? Opinions have been all over the place. I think I'm going to go. I want to go with the radio station, but it's just my own social obligation or whatever relationship that I'm wary about. Anyways, I'm going to think about it. Most likely I'm going to be on radio. But these are the types of things you have to deal with when you are getting into the media, when you're becoming a public intellectual, a media personality. And then I also talked a bit about the podcasting. I wanted to share these daily stories with you, and I'm working on the Bulletproof podcast, getting it out. But these things have come in the way. Also, I have a piece that is going to be published in the Roundtable on the situation in Guyana, and all that is about building up the intellectual authority too. We keep having to build that up. I guess I'll talk a bit more about that tomorrow. But that's it for today, and I will talk to you later. Take care. Bye.